I'm here with Tifani Sadek. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Great, thank you.
Now, Tifani, would you tell the audience what you do?
Yes, I'm a small business attorney here in Detroit, and I focus on small businesses, startups, and nonprofits.
Oh, okay. And small businesses, startups, and nonprofits. Well, what do you think of the symposium so far?
I think it's been great. We started off on a good note. I guess I can say that because I was on the panel, but we really wanted to start off with a candid conversation. I think in Detroit there's a lot of conversations happening right now, and we wanted to make sure that we're getting to the bottom of it, getting to the truth. And so we had 4 great panelists that are very comfortable speaking their minds.
Well, that's good because there's always a lot of talk.
Yes.
But what do we do next?
Exactly.
Where do you carry the talk? If you could fix one thing in the city of Detroit, just one, I know a lot of us say, well, I'd fix this, what would be your top priority?
Oh, geez. I think the top priority would be fixing the perception of Detroit, both inside of Detroit and outside of Detroit. I'm not from here originally. I'm from Houston, Texas. And so my whole life I'd heard all these things about Detroit. And the first time I visited, my mind was blown because none of those things were true. And so I think you need to change the perception outside. But also, sometimes I think Detroiters are a little harder on their city. I don't think people here recognize what a great city it is. And sometimes they're working hard because they personally love it. They grew up here, but don't understand it's special also to people that didn't grow up here as well. So there's a lot that the city has going for it that other cities don't have.
Right, their subjectivity or
Yes.
whatever is a little different. Now, there are a lot of businesses in Detroit, and you work with small businesses. But if you had to start one business that would be beneficial to the city, what would that be?
Ooh, that's hard to say. I started the business I thought would be most beneficial, which was a law firm to specifically work with small businesses.
That's great.
So that's the one that I felt that I could contribute the most. But
Is it affordable for
that's
small
the
business?
main thing that we really changed. So I worked for big corporate law firms my whole career, and when I moved to Detroit, I met all of these entrepreneurs and business owners that needed professional support, but really didn't know how to engage or couldn't afford it because of the way that it's structured. We sit in these really big offices downtown overlooking the river, very expensive, and that comes through in the fees. It's a really weird setup where you say, hey, I don't know how much it's going to cost. I'll tell you when I'm done. I'm going to bill you by the hour and tell you when I'm done. That's not how most businesses work. So I was really inspired by the entrepreneurs I met to think outside the box and how a law firm can engage with businesses. So it's more affordable, but we also, we bill, for example, like by the projects. People know exactly what it's going to cost them. It's a line item budget, and they know what they're getting. And we also have like more of a monthly type of subscription where people pay the same small amount each month and just have access to a business attorney that knows them, knows their city, knows their neighborhood, and knows what their goals are.
Now, does your firm have access to information about possible grants and things of that nature?
That's sort of my role, is knowing the law and doing the normal things like write contracts, but what my role is to be out there so people can focus on their business and I can focus on making their business better, so that I can bring that information, connect different circles to each other, because you're seeing a lot more collaboration between different types of businesses. So thinking, oh, this business over here needs this, and this business over here can provide this. Let me connect those two. So providing those things outside of just being the lawyer.
So is there anything else you could tell me about what you're getting ready to do, something you haven't done yet and you plan to do?
Oh, well, I think right now we're just focused on growing and changing.
How many members?
Right now, so it started off with just me. I just recently took on a partner at the beginning of this year, so not recently, for the last year, and we've had 2 interns of people that also want to work with the city of Detroit and want to learn these businesses. So focusing on growing and just providing more of a dialogue. We do meet all these interesting people across different businesses, and we can learn so much from the people that have been here a long time, connecting them to the new business owners so they can have a conversation, so people aren't reinventing the wheel and they can hit the ground in Detroit with their, hit the ground running.
Well, I'll be glad to see a directory of these businesses
Absolutely,
so
yes.
that we could patronize them.
Exactly.
I really appreciate what you're doing, and thank you
you.
so much for the
Appreciate it.
interview.
Thank
you
you.
so much.